Welcome back, everyone. Have you recently found yourself with a need for some legal advice? Well, our next guest leads the go-to firm for personal injury matters. We're so happy to welcome, for the first time, attorney Thomas Reynolds from Reynolds Law Group. Welcome.
Thank you for having me here today.
Well, it's great to have you. We have a lot to get to. Welcome to the show. And first, tell us about Reynolds Law Group and really your primary practice areas. What do you specialize in?
Sure. So our law firm started out with just me, and we've now grown to employ a staff of about 10 or 12 people.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Awesome.
We primarily focus on personal injury law, but based on my background, we also do some entertainment and real estate. But personal injury is really our bread and butter, even though I'm most known for entertainment law.
Oh, okay, so that's your focus, and you recently, congratulations, won a wrongful death verdict of $4.6 million. That was on behalf of a disabled military veteran against his apartment complex. Also been recognized as a rising star super lawyer 2 years in a row. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
All of that really distinguishes you from other personal injury firms out there, but what else, for anyone listening, what else would you say really makes you different?
Sure, sure. I think one of the things that makes our law firm and our practice so appealing is that we're really fearless when it comes down to trial advocacy and fighting on behalf of our clients. We don't back down. A lot of law firms say they'll take a case and then they'll drop it, but when it gets heated and it has to go to trial,
sure,
our law firm doesn't back down. We'll go toe-to-toe. We've beaten some of the best defense lawyers in the country.
Excellent.
And you know, we're just excited and zealous on behalf of our clients. I think that's what helps.
And let's dive into a really common legal question that you get. How can someone be partially at fault, but yet still recover from an injury?
Sure, that's another thing that kind of distinguishes us. We're not afraid to take on tough cases.
Right.
For example, the case that we just talked about, there was some allegations that he was partly at fault. But just because someone is partly at fault in Georgia does not mean they can't recover.
Interesting.
So it really comes down to who is more at fault. So we're able to prove that the other side was more at fault than our client, and that's how we got the $4.6 million judgment.
And what would you say is the most rewarding part of your practice? I imagine getting a judgment like that is part of it, and just seeing, you know, really a justice served for these victims.
That's exactly right. Being able, I mean, the verdict is nice for us and our firm, but being able to help the family in those instances and be able to provide some sort of financial background for them going forward now is really rewarding. In that case, we had a special needs child that was involved, and just knowing that she's going to be set financially for a while after the death of her father, that was really rewarding to me.
I bet. And you mentioned entertainment law.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me how you started with that.
Sure. I actually used to work in the entertainment industry on the business side as an A&R and head of business legal affairs, and eventually having my own record label distributed through Universal Music Group.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah. And people kept asking me to sign them for a while, and I said, I can't sign everybody, but I can represent you.
All right, good point.
So that's kind of how it got started, and my entertainment practice kind of skyrocketed from there.
Yeah, you wear many hats, but also not just the entertainment law or the personal injury, real estate deals as well. Tell me more about that aspect.
Well, that's my background. When I came out of law school, I started working at some of the biggest firms in the country doing real estate work. And I worked actually at a great firm here called King & Spalding doing real estate.
Of course.
And, you know, after that, I've been doing work I've helped with everything from the Walgreens Rite Aid deal. I was one of the subject matter experts on real estate for that deal. I've helped Halliburton with oil deals, and even here in Atlanta, when I worked at some of these other firms, helped put together real estate ventures for like apartment complexes and developers. So I help investors and developers work together through joint ventures and those sort of deals.
This has to be a busy time for you with so much growth here in the city. And also I love that your faith affects the way you practice law. Tell me more about that.
Sure. I mean, a good example of that is just being able to really pour into our clients and speak to them in a way that is consistent with the word. Me, myself, I'm a Christian, so I always try to advocate for that. Even I incorporate it into our legal arguments even about what's right and what's just. I'll even reference Exodus, for example, and what it says about compensation if somebody's had something taken from them.
Right.
So I think it kind of ties into every realm of what we do every day, and our practice is not exempt from that.
Right, good for you. And you have a great offer for any Atlanta & Company viewers who might be in need of legal services, so tell us what that is and how we can contact you.
Sure, sure. So normally people have to pay $250 an hour for, or $350 for our services, but we're actually giving a discount now, so you can get the same representation that Gucci Man or Mike Will or Lloyd have had, or Carla Red, for a discounted price of 20% off of our consultations.
Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you, and we so appreciate your time. Take advantage of that special discount. Find out more by simply visiting thomasreynoldslaw.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today. It's 888-665-0241. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure was mine. Thank you very much.